もう死んでいる。
Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how I made this 4x4 Necromunda ash wastes board. So if I start with the construction of this piece, so all using blue XPS foam, I believe they were 5 centimeter thick slabs of it, and I used that to build sort of the base for the piece, cut into 2 foot by 2 foot squares, and then measured up some walls to sort of create the illusion of a cave surface that sort of continues to rise inwards. I use a hot wire cutter to curve the walls in, which allowed me to sort of put some stalagmites and stalactites on there. I also carved out obviously some rock formations out of the foam there, and this little vent or shaft ventilation area is also done using styrofoam. So that is how I got most of the base for this piece done. So just jumping into some of the details. So this is a refueling station. So this is meant to be a sort of ash wastes tunnel. So your vehicles from ash waste can fit down that road quite easily if you're playing a game. And as you're driving through there's a refueling station. So it's got one of the Necromunda fuel tanks, one of the Lima 40K containers, and then a 3D printed forklift that a friend of mine who I play with a lot printed out for me. So it looks awesome. Happened to be exactly the right height to fit into this board, so I can still pack it away and stack it on top of each other. Also some into the dark terrain that's been embedded in the wall to sort of look like maybe this goes onto a bigger facility behind it. And a few other sort of Necromunda. It's the top of a Necromunda column that's been stacked. Got a lot of spare ones lying around and sort of turned it into look like a pipe system or something like that. So that sort of leads through to this access shaft, kind of like a ventilation shaft, I guess. With a fan that is I got from a drone supply shop and bent it. It was made of plastic, so I just sort of bent it to allow minis to fit through, so you can fight, inside this shaft. Have played a few games on here, and there are quite a few battles that happen inside this this ventilation shaft. That space there is pretty much perfect for 25mm base. The bigger ones sort of have to maybe go on a bit of an angle, but 25s fit just fine. And these are also doors, usable, workable doors that allow you to get through to this this area as well. And that's from the Into the Dark set. Moving on to the next tile. So this is part of the river that runs through the whole piece, runs under the road there. This is a bit more of an open space. You can come across the bridge, which is from Sector Mechanicus terrain, or a sort of like scrap bridge that I built here. You can get across just to give a few access points. It's like a little dank looking cave system running under there. That is a 3D printed stalagmite or stalactite. Never remember which one goes up or down. That's there. Little ladder to a little platform people can get up on. And then these stalagmites and stalactites were made using aluminium foil and plaster that I painted up. The road was done using a layer of cork roll. So I got some cork roll, put that down. I got some zip ties to make this pattern you can see here. It's just long plastic zip ties. And then on top of the cork, I put AK Interactive's asphalt texture paint, and I covered that in a bunch of weathering effects, a few oil drops and things like that running along the road. This is the hab tile. So this is one of the Necromunda habs for ash wastes that you can get. I'm really not quite sure why someone would build their house on top of a toxic river, but in Necromunda anything goes, I guess. Whoever lives there also has their very own personal and highly sanitary toilet, and a nice little lookout spot over here where they can take their medicine and sit down and relax on that chair, which is made out of Sculpey. Maybe take a few pot shots at cars driving by with their shotgun there. And in the river, we've got a few little barrels, and again, tried to create the illusion of that river continuing running underground there. Should also say there are some doors. These are magnetized, so they can sort of snap back into the piece, which is good for when it's being transported, and that gives access to some of these locations. So over onto the last tile, pretty plain one, more of a roadway in. This road and this road actually were made using grout just to give this sort of off-road effect. I've got some scrap piles from one of the Kill Team terrain sets that I had lying around to give some interest to this particular tile. It's a little passageway that gets used quite a lot in games that I've played on this. People sort of run up there and hang out and snipe people from behind that little barricade there, either as they're coming in on the road or coming out of that fuel station over there. So that's the piece. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, see you next video.